Hello. Apologize I'm late. I appreciate your patience if you join live. I'm honestly just going to roll off of this theory that I got. Maybe trim out the beginning and the aftermath, because I want this. That's why I wanted a nice camera to work instead of the usual like webcam shenanigans, which is totally like hi. Like I wanted one of my nice cameras just because I would like this to be a potential video to look at afterwards that I can trim down in the morning. So, hello. This camera's not even at the fullest quality that it usually is either. So it's just, that's what I was doing. I apologize I'm so late. I really need to just bunker down for a solid couple hours and really figure out my new camera situation. This is the old camera, by the way. This is my new camera. But hello, Supertone and anybody else lurking. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for your patience. And I'm going to present this theory. Like, why not? Let's just go. I want to present this theory that I got because oh wait, actually, let me, before I start this, monitor. There we go. B-roll. Okay. I see what you're throwing down. Let's make sure if we got this right. There I am. Very teeny tiny. But there I am nonetheless. Do something like that. Oh, there's really not a good place. Okay, we're going to do that. All right. So, go back. So, basically, Nintendo announced that they're going to have a Nintendo Direct this month, as was prophesized by Nate the Hate and other people, which is going to be this Friday at 6 a.m. It sucks to be on the West Coast. But the thing that I really want to bring up is it's always exciting to get a Nintendo Direct. But the thing about this Nintendo Direct is that I think a lot of people are underestimating, and I know that's really dangerous to say, but I really think this Nintendo Direct is being very underestimated as to how significant it could be for key 3 reasons, okay? Like, honestly, and just straight up, I'm just going to deliver these, okay? And you might let me know. Maybe I'm crazy. Because number 1 is the length. This is the longest Nintendo Direct ever. I looked into it. Ever. It's going to be 60 minutes long. 60 minutes of information on upcoming Switch 2 and Switch 1 games. I actually did not see that, so that's interesting. They're covering Switch 1 games as well. Makes sense. You know, if they bring up Metroid Prime 4, which I guarantee you they will, you know, that's technically a Nintendo Switch 1 game. So, that aside, 60 minutes is a long time. The longest Nintendo Direct we have had of any kind was the Switch 2 Direct we got in April, which was also close to an hour. But that was a Nintendo Direct that had a very different problem. They had to devote a lot of that Direct to explaining the Switch 2. This is what this thing can do. This is the features that it got. Let's confirm what that C button is. Let's explain our launch window. Like, they had to devote a solid chunk of that already 60-minute Direct to the Switch 2 and talking about what that is. But this Nintendo Direct, they don't have to do that. The only other Nintendo Direct that was just like a general, you know, focused on Nintendo games that was this long was 5 years ago. A little bit over 4 years ago. It was in February 2021. And this was a 50-minute Direct that was pretty gosh darn juicy. Started off with the Pyra Mythra reveal. We got Fall Guys. That's a reaction on my thing. Like, this was a solid Direct. I remember this thing. Freaking Mario Golf, Splatoon 3, whatever. Like, there was a lot in this. And this was a 50-minute Direct. Was this the one that... Okay, this one ended with Splatoon 3. Okay, I thought this was the one that ended with Bayonetta. Gave us a little glimpse of Skyward Sword. This was a long Nintendo Direct and a solid one. But that was the only other one that compares in length to this one. So that's reason number one, to think about a 60-minute long devoted direct that could be nothing but information about video games. Reason number two, that I think a lot of people are underestimating this Nintendo Direct. And again, I know this is dangerous. I'm not trying to set expectations high. I'm just saying the probability is there's reasons why this could be crazy. For example, it is the follow-up Nintendo Direct to the Switch 2 being out. We didn't get one in June. We didn't get one. We only got like a partner showcase, an indie world, a devoted one for Donkey Kong. We didn't get any follow-up direct to the Switch 2's launch. And I would argue, I don't know if anybody remembers this, but I'm really curious. Does anybody have a Nintendo Direct that was like, that they deem as the best Nintendo Direct? I'm really curious. Like, let me know. Because to me, while it's not Nintendo Direct in name, I would say it was E3 2017. And this was a short one. It was only 25 minutes long. But this Nintendo Direct, or Nintendo Spotlight, was the first big follow-up one they had after the Switch 2, or sorry, the Switch 1 launched. And this Nintendo Direct was freaking heat. And I have here like the summary of everything that was in this thing. Sorry, let me make this bigger for you. It had Super Mario Odyssey. It had Xenoblade Chronicles 2, a new Kirby game, a new Yoshi game, Metroid Prime 4 announced. Just announced that it was announced that a new mainline RPG was in development for Pokemon for the Switch. Fire Emblem Warriors, the first look at Breath of the Wild expansions, Rocket League coming to Switch, Mario plus Rabbids, and Amiibos. Like, this was a direct that you had, what is it? Freaking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 core Nintendo first party IP present in a 25-minute direct. And the reason why they did this is because it was the follow-up. They wanted people to really embrace what the Switch was, and not the Switch 2 is a thing, and they don't have to showcase the hardware anymore. They can focus on the software. They still have to give a release date for Metroid Prime 4. They probably can show Kirby Air Riders again. But what's beyond that? We need to know Hyrule Warriors. That's another thing, too. We don't know the date of. But what's beyond that? Like, what goes into the following year? There's so much that I feel like Nintendo has held on to. I learned this today, that Fire Emblem Engage, correct me if I'm wrong, apparently that game was done like 2 years before it released. They were just holding on to it. We don't know what the Fire Emblem, like the next Fire Emblem game is. So this is a 60-minute direct where this 2017 one was 25 minutes. Are you getting a picture? And the final reason, and it kind of goes with reason number 2. Can you guess it? It's the longest direct ever. It's following up the Switch 2's launch. Can you guess what's really important coming up for Nintendo? The holidays. The Switch 2 is now on the market. And Nintendo will want to sell that thing during the holidays. How are they going to get people to do that? They need people to buy this damn thing. They need to convince people, hey, we got stuff coming. Even in my hardcore friend groups, I have peeps that are like, they're not really, they don't have Switch 2s yet. Like in my core content creator groups, you know, like the content creators I've had on the channel and that I talk with, they all got Switch 2s. But when I look at like my patron Discord of like my community, when I look at this friend group that I'm in their Discord, like there's only, like I would say if there's 10 of us, there's like 1 out of 10 of us that have a Switch 2. Maybe 2 out of 10, but it's like very small majority. So this Nintendo Direct is not only the first one after the Switch 2 launches, is not only the longest Nintendo Direct, it's the last Nintendo Direct, potentially, like it's September, you know, we're 3 months from freaking Christmas. they gotta sell the Switch 2. They need to convince people, like, beyond this year, this is what you're gonna get. And I can almost guarantee you're going to get a look at stuff coming in 2026. With those three reasons combined, the freaking holidays, it being a follow-up to the Switch 2 launch, and it being the longest Nintendo Direct ever, I feel like I am not crazy for saying, like, I could be setting myself up for failure. I absolutely could. I do not deny that. But it just feels like there's those three things. This could be a banger-ass Direct. I know, that's risky. There's a lot of people that are probably like, hey, you can't set me up for failure like that. But and I see in the live chat, people are pointing out this is also the timing because it's the day before the 40th anniversary of the Super Mario franchise. That's another good point. So I'm just saying, if you have a pie in the sky prediction, it's very probable. For the Switch 2 Direct, I thought that, we could probably see give or take 6 Nintendo IP. And I don't think it's crazy for me to say we could really get a Direct that matches the 2017 E3 presentation, where they had, again, Odyssey, Xenoblade, Kirby, Yoshi, Prime 4, a core Pokemon RPG, Fire Emblem Warriors, Zelda, and then a collaboration with freaking Rabbids. But before even Rabbids, that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 first-party Nintendo things either announced or shown off. I don't think that's unrealistic. I feel like now it is a safe bet to just go like, all right, Kirby Air Riders, Metroid, the Zelda Hyrule Warriors. What's beyond that? Here's our next Fire Emblem game, and so on and so forth. And maybe a tease at what's next for Mario. I don't know. It's a 40th anniversary. I would be surprised if you don't give something Mario in honor of that. So I'm just saying, let's dive into it. Like, that's what I want the comments to be about here, is just like, am I crazy? And what could be there? And just straight up back and forthing before I will live react to this Friday morning. I'm really, like, I hope I can get to bed early that night so I can be awake and muzzle my freaking mouth, because I don't know. Like, I don't know if there's going to be anything that makes me bust a nut or anything, but I still want to find out with you. So that's my shenanigans of a theory. And now I go to the live situation because I just want to present that, and I'm going to like trim everything to present that theory. But now I'm hanging out with you in the live chat. I'm talking about Steve, C2, Ninja, Matt McDonald. Like, am I crazy? First off, answer me that. Am I crazy? Like, which of those 3 reasons do you think is the most ridiculous, and which of those 3 reasons do you find the most like, yeah, that makes sense? Because I genuinely, I'm like, I was thinking about that this morning, and I'm just like, I might be setting myself up for failure. But I don't feel like it's that crazy. I just don't feel like it. My camera, man. That's the reason I was late today. My camera just did not work with me. Okay, so I saw earlier Steve was asking for more Deltarune. That would be cool. I feel like we just got that though. With that, I don't know. Third-party stuff is a very realistic thing. Like, that absolutely, I think that's something to think about. Like, what third parties could show up here? Is there Xbox wasn't really present in the Switch 2 Direct. Will they be present in this one? And will we get a release date for the Final Fantasy VII Remake port, or an Elden Ring and such? So, yeah, I was seeing a lot of anniversaries for Mario, which that I don't want to say like that's reason number 4, because I feel like that could really be anything, like that could really be anything. I'd be shocked. I would be shocked if we do not get was it the 30th or 25th anniversary? There was a 5 anniversary for Mario. That's where they announced Super Mario Maker 2. That's where they announced Super Mario Maker 2. I would be surprised if we don't get Super Mario Maker 3. I would be really, really surprised if we don't get Super Mario Maker 3. That would really surprise me. But yeah, I feel like Mario-wise, that would be the most likely thing. But we'll see. Ninja, okay, F-Zero. F-Zero is a legitimate thing to bring up. But we did just get Mario Kart, and we're about to get Kirby Air Rider. So I feel like now's not the time. You know, like I feel like just specifically right now's not the time. Maybe in the February Direct, and once they given like Kirby Air Rider some time, you know. Yeah, C2, you ain't getting F-Zero. I'm sorry. I mean, we could, but it's just like I just feel like now's not the time. Again, if Fire Emblem Engage, if that's true, if it was really done like 2 years in advance of its release, they just might be sitting on F-Zero, and it's like, listen, we can't, like, let's hold on to that, because this year we already got 2 racers coming out. Matt, you're playing Rematch for the first time. We should play together. Well, actually, let me know what you think of it as you go, Matt, because I've been loving Rematch. It's sick. Matt, is it fair to predict that beyond what's already announced, we might get maybe 1 to 2 at max big Nintendo games announced, trying to tamper expectations? I mean, max, I don't even want to say that's like that's like asking a bodybuilder, hey, can you curl 5 pounds? like yes. like I, again, like there's some people in the community that I know would, if they were here this stream, they would be like, Keebs, you need to back off. You're getting your expectations way too high. And I'm not like, I don't want to say I'm expecting way more than 1 or 2. I'm just like, it's just weird with those 3 reasons. With it being the longest one ever, unless there's a lot of fluff, that could be a very, very possible thing. But we already got this partner showcase. We got a partner showcase in June or July. We had an Indie World also. So I feel like they kind of got the fluff out of the way, you know? Ninja, let's really think about this. What is most likely? Okay, what is most likely? Well, 1, Gotham, Hollow Knight 3. We luckily don't have to speculate about Hollow Knight anymore because it's out. So it's like we don't have to worry. We don't have to think about it. I'm so glad that Hollow Knight no longer has to be part of the speculation process. But what's realistic? I just, top of my mind, if we're talking about realistic, is Fire Emblem. It's been a long time since Engage. I think Fire Emblem Engage, so please correct me if I'm wrong, that was the last Fire Emblem game we got, right? Please let me know if I'm wrong. And I just feel like Fire Emblem feels like such a January to February style. C2, we're due to Fire Emblem 4 remake. I know a lot of people want that. That could be very plausible. Like, I don't see us going this Nintendo Direct without something Fire Emblem. Something new Fire Emblem. If it's a remake, then it's like a remake of something that it was like an 8-bit or Game Boy Advance era or something like that. So I think Fire Emblem is a strong likely, personally. Patrick brings up Duskbloods. I don't know, like that. I don't know if I put that in the likely category because they just announced it, and that is a Switch 2 exclusive. That was in the Switch 2 Direct. But I feel like they just came off of Night Rain, and it's like, if they talk about Duskbloods, then maybe, like, I don't know. I feel like they start talking about that next year. I don't know. Something about Duskbloods, it's like, it very well could. I'm not saying it's unlikely. I don't know if it's in that, like, I would bet money on it category. But that's just me. That's just me. Freaking Addie. Addie's here. I like there's no D. Hello, friends. Addie, I freaking miss you, girl. Oh my God. I'll always be a clown for hoping for the Final Fantasy IX remake reunion like remaster. Switch 2 is a good contender for it to pop on up. Did you get one, Addie? Did you get a Switch 2? See, this is a great question. Actually, I'm gonna post a poll right now because I'm curious, and this is why I brought up the holiday reason. Do you have a Switch 2? I'm very curious. Very curious of the people watching. Do you have a Switch 2? Because again, like in all the friend groups I'm a part of, except my content creator group, like almost all of us got a Switch 2, but that's also because like we like to make content off of video games and stuff. But yeah, it's like this is the direct to convince parents to buy their kids one, or for people to want it at the top of their Christmas wish list. Like this is the direct to make that happen, you know? So Addie's like, I did not, even though I went to the New York hands-on event in April. You did? Oh shit. I mean, they're expensive, Addie. Get one for the family. Play some Mario Kart World. If you get a Switch 2, just get the bundle with Mario Kart World. It's a fun little addition for $50 more. Don't have to do it though. You could skip it. But yeah, Resident Evil. Final Fantasy 9. I thought, was it 8 or 9? I thought 8 or 9. There was a lot of rumors about that being a thing. Also, Addie, it's been a long time, but I don't know if you noticed, but I've been not wearing glasses this whole time. I got LASIK, and yeah. Oh, this is actually kind of nice. I miss seeing me in glasses, man. I just feel like I'm much more relatable and more of a nerd and stuff. But yeah, I got LASIK, so anyway. If you haven't been here in a while. But yeah, so I don't know. Like I thought Final Fantasy 8 or 9, that was the big rumor, but we'll see. Addie, I won't buy one until I have a game that I want. You don't want the new Donkey Kong? You don't want the new Donkey Kong? Game is so fire, man. It's going to be a Game of the Year contender for sure. Matt McDowell, my biggest hope is Ocarina of Time remake plus a new Star Fox, but I doubt we get either. 64 on NSO? Star Fox Adventure in NSO? One can hope. That's a great shout. So another realistic thing to say is NSO. You know, like what's going to be added to NSO? That's a really good shout. But I don't know. I don't know like what. I have no idea. Feel free to let me know. I don't really care about not counting either. How dare you? Oh yeah, I remember you posting about it. That's cool. I thought about getting lazy myself, but I'm a pansy. Yeah, it's kind of the recovery's the scariest part about it, Addie, but it was pretty quick. Played DK at the event and I wasn't into it, but they gave us barely anything to do. Lol. Yeah, Donkey Kong Bonanza, it's like it for me it didn't really click until a few hours into it, I have to be honest. I don't think it was super fun right away, but when it clicks, it clicks. Anyway. So yeah, realistic expectations. Fire Emblem, I see Gotham going Bayonetta 4. Didn't we already get Bayonetta 4? Or was that Bayonetta 3? I think it's too soon for a new Bayonetta, if that's what you mean. Maybe you could do a Nintendo bingo card for the Direct. That could be fun. That could be fun. I didn't really think of that until now. Yeah, that would be fun. But I just want to think of like, okay, I'm going to open up a document. It's not a bingo card, but it's something else. Okay, so the same document that I have like the Switch 2 stuff on. Can I do this? Yay. Oh, that's not as good. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I want you guys back though. Damn it. I wish I need to just spend some day really going into my freaking just why my camera's not working and stuff. I don't know why that is the case. I really don't. Paste. I want to get you guys in here because you are part of this. Come on. Yay, there we go. Okay. Okay, yeah, so realistic. That's what I'm saying here. Realistic. And actually, let's make this really big. And bold. Okay, realistic. 1. Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem anything. 2. Like, and nothing that is... Let's say hypothetically, if there's 8 first party, and I'm just thinking first party stuff, okay? So if there's 8 first party things from Nintendo, I'll do it in most likely, okay? So most likely, Metroid Prime 4 date. That for sure. Like, no question. No freaking question. Secondly, Kirby Air Riders trailer. Just a reminder trailer. I'm not saying it's going to have much new in it. Maybe it will. Maybe it'll have a glimpse of the story mode or something, but they don't actually have, which is crazy, they don't have an actual gameplay trailer for the game. All they have is Sakurai's thing. So it's like they do need something. Pokemon Legends ZA. Trailer. They're just going to give you another reminder of that. Something tells me, no, they have to do Hyrule Warriors. So basically, I think they're going to give a reminder on everything we already know. But they're going to give a date for Hyrule Warriors. Maybe that'll say like January or something like that. So now we get to the unknown territory. Okay, the unknown territory. And I'll like, let's make this orange. For like craziness. Let me come back. Patrick, wait, there are rumors of Final Fantasy 8 remake. I remember hearing about 9 remake, but that was, I mean, and that, no, I was saying I was getting mixed up, Patrick. Like, I couldn't remember if it was 8 or 9. So, I don't know. Ninja, I'm gonna be silly boy. Banjo. No, man, Toys R Bob wants to do it. Toys R Bob is, I guarantee you they're working on Spyro 4 right now, and they genuinely want to do a Banjo-Kazooie game. So once they finish Spyro 4, I think that's what they're going to do next. Could be wrong, though. Oh, the rumors were for 9. Okay, I don't know. You guys know more than me. Kirby Planet Robobot? Minish Cap? What is Minish Cap? Minish Cap. What are we talking about? Minish Cap. What is this? Oh my god. How do I... There we go. Oh, this is a Zelda game. Okay. I don't know. Okay, realistic thing. Fire Emblem. Just something Fire Emblem. I'm not going to be specific and say what, but just something... Something Fire Emblem. I don't know what, but just something Fire Emblem. Realistic. Add F-Zero and Star Fox to unrealistic. I mean, listen, I have said for a million years, I want a freaking Star Fox. I have said this for a million years. I want a freaking Star Fox. I'm not going to get my hopes up. I can't do that. If I see a Star Fox game and it's 6 in the morning, I am going to grab a pillow or something because I will get blown back. I can't. If there's a Star Fox, I'm going to die. All right. Realistic though. Fire Emblem is like the only one I personally. Oh yeah. Splatoon, Raiders. That is like guaranteed, I would say. In fact, from this point, actually, I'm gonna call these like semi-guaranteed. And now And now, yeah, because I don't know if, like, I feel like Pokemon might just do a Pokemon Presents or something to remind for ZA or their own Direct. Hyrule Warriors, maybe since it's like a winter thing, maybe they'll do it later or something. So I'll put those two as a semi, okay? But I'm confident Fire Emblem and Splatoon Raiders. Splatoon Raiders had a spinoff, Hello Silver. And yeah, that's like the first unnumbered Splatoon game. I don't know what it's going to entail. Is it like co-op themed or what the heck is it? Is it just entire single player? I don't know. But yeah, instead of it being DLC, they just have a full spin-off game. So guarantee we'll see that. Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing. Oh. Oh. That's in the semi to me. Like, that's the semi. I feel like it's been long enough. Because again, you need to do something big. Like, the things that I just said, Fire Emblem and Splatoon, that's not big. You know, you need to do something big. Even if it's not going to come out by the time the holidays are a thing, you got to do something big that's like promising. Hey, if you get a Switch 2, you know, you can play Mario Kart World, Metroid Prime 4, Donkey Kong, Kirby Air Riders, Pokemon. All these things are out now. You could play them when you open it up for Christmas. And then also in the coming future, you're going to have a new Fire Emblem. You're going to have a new Splatoon. You're going to have... Animal Crossing. I'm putting this in the dangerous territory. Like, this is dangerous territory. I'm going to make this brown. Yeah. Dangerous territory, but I think it's like... I think it's pretty possible. I don't think it's that unrealistic. Because Animal Crossing's huge. Like, literally, that game was nominated for Game of the Year. It got people through COVID. It was a huge deal. And I think that is a genuine system seller. Like, they need to announce at least one system seller in this whole thing. I'm not saying they're going to give a date or many much details, but just a tease. Like, just a tease. I'll even say that, tease. They have to tease something for what's next for Mario. But what's weird is that Mario, I don't feel like is something like... I don't feel like Mario is something that you can really, like, tease. I feel like Mario is something like, hey, it's the year of release. You know what? I'm doing it. I'm doing it. What Super Mario Maker 3? What other thing? Like to celebrate 40 years of Mario. Like, come on. Like, come on. That has to be, right? That has to be. Let me pause for a second. Xenoblade Chronicles 4 Silver. Xenoblade Chronicles 4. I'm doing it. I'm doing it, man. I feel like it's been long enough. Or hasn't Monolith been working on something for a long time that isn't Xenoblade? When did Xenoblade 3 come out? 2022? Ooh! Oh, man. I feel like Xenoblade Chronicles 4 is a good get. I feel like that's... Ooh. This could be a good show, man. Matt thinks it's too soon for Animal Crossing. I believe they will wait until we have 30 plus million Switches 2 out there. That's a lot of Switch 2s, Matt. Like, that's a lot of Switch 2s. I feel like I don't know. I disagree with that, but hey, we each to each their own, you know? But that's a lot. I feel like I agree with you that maybe Animal Crossing is like one of those things that you save for year 2 of the Switch to keep the hype momentum going. But I also would imagine Nintendo just wants people to make the shift already, you know? So, and what better way to do that than Animal Crossing? And as Devin May said, it's been 5 years. Addy says Earthbound. Now, Earthbound, as much as I want one, it's like Star Fox. You know, like I'm going to make a new part of this list. Star Fox lives. Earthbound lives. Like, I'm putting these in the, I've already used red. I need to make better colors here. So I'm going to do, we're going to do green. Oops, that's too. Green for guaranteed. And then blue for very, very strongly possible. And then here we're getting to the dangerous territory. So now we'll have orange. That's like possible. And then if it's red, I'm just like, no way in hell. No way in hell. Yeah, because as much as I want Earthbound, I just don't see it happening, honestly. Need to really fix my camera situation. I'm all mixed up. Okay. Kid Icarus or Xenoblade X2. Interesting. Kid Icarus, I feel like... Let me ask you guys this. Would a Kid Icarus game happen without Sakurai? Because I feel like with Masahiro Sakurai working on Kirby Air Riders, I just feel like he would want to be on Kid Icarus, even though that's not his franchise or anything, but he worked on the last one. I could be wrong. Octopath Traveler 3. That's... So we can have a full-blown conversation about the third-party stuff, and I usually like to do that whenever I do these things. But I admit I'm kind of mostly interested in the first-party stuff. When the third-party stuff hits, cool, and then they do, and I guarantee you, we have to factor in for this Nintendo Direct, we're gonna get like maybe 11 minutes of enjoyed the game again, Resident Evil 4 remake and stuff like that. You know, it's going to be like stuff that's already been out for like maybe 11 minutes, 12 minutes. There's also going to be, I would say, like 12 minutes worth of third-party stuff. Maybe more, honestly. Like third-party, like, hey, Borderlands 4, a reminder, that's coming to Switch 2 or whatever. And then there's going to be another 12 minutes of partners. Of partners with new stuff and exclusives. Like Octopath Traveler 3 or maybe Dusk Bloods. So that takes up 36 minutes of this presentation. And I want to mix in during that 36 minutes, like, enjoy this port or whatever. And I feel, that's why I'm saying, I feel like no less than 20 minutes of this presentation is just first-party Nintendo stuff. Oh, it's half the life of Nintendo. Earthbound. Devin May, what's the likelihood of a completely new IP from Nintendo? Something like ARMS. That would be sick, Devin. The problem is, kind of just got that with freaking, what was that game that made fun of crippled people? Legitimately, what was that called? You know what I'm talking about. Where you're like spinning on a chair. Oh my god, why can't I remember the name of it? Oh my god, what was it called? Help me. Well, Dragon Drive. Thank you, Silver. Yeah, Dragon Drive. Yeah. So we kind of just got that, but I would be down. I would be super down for like a brand new Twisted Metal. I would be super down for that. In fact, I want to note it. In fact, I'm going to put it in the orange area. New Nintendo IP. ARMS. I.e. ARMS. Yeah, I think that's pretty, like, I could see that happening. I don't know if it's like the strongest likely thing, but I think that's like a solid 50-50 chance. Tone, maybe we'll get Prime 2 and 3 remasters. That's a thing. Like, if they do remasters and stuff, I really hope that's such a small part of this presentation. Like, that's the one annoying part about all these Nintendo Directs to me. I get so tired of the remasters and ports. Silver, we talked about Dustblood's date reveal, and I feel like it's a 50-50 on the third-party side. I just wonder if it's too soon. Like, we're just coming off of Night Rain, and I don't know. Like, I feel like that's a February thing, and then it's going to be a summertime game. Could be wrong, though. Devin, don't forget the inevitable farming sim game in this direct. It's fine if there's one or two. It's a problem if there's multiple. Okay, I saw earlier... Wait, Silver, Keebs, Final Fantasy VII Remake news? Yeah, no, I could definitely see that getting a release date thing. Like, yeah, I could totally see that getting a thing. But I did see earlier, I didn't see Silver. Pikmin DLC. We need to have a conversation about Switch 2 editions. We need to talk about Switch 2 editions because that is a very strong possibility of something here, because that's like a whole thing Nintendo can market. Like Kirby Forgotten Lands got a whole other level to explore, whatever zone. Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, you got your little thingies there, mostly frame rate, but then also the Zelda Diary thing, whatever that's called. I forget if there's something else, but these Switch 2 editions are a thing. And I wonder, does that take the place of DLC? Because I don't know. I feel like that'd be kind of a dick move. If they make like if there is, you said Pikmin 4 DLC. If they do Pikmin 4 DLC instead of a Switch 2 edition, great, you know, like let people choose it. But if there's a Switch 2 edition and it's exclusive to Switch 2, I'm telling you, man, the fact that there are these Switch 2 editions, I feel like Nintendo really wants people to move. They want people to move to Switch 2. And like, I think it was Silver earlier. I can't remember if it was Silver or not, but no, maybe Matt McDonald. I can't remember, one of you two was just like, I feel like they're going to wait until they have 30 million Switch 2s out there before Animal Crossing. And it's like, I really believe at some point we're going to get a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Switch 2 edition. I really believe that we're going to get that at some point. So the question is like, I think we very well could get Pikmin 4 DLC or a Switch 2 edition, but I just don't know which. I just don't know which. So I'm going to make a note like Pikmin 4 DLC or Switch 2 edition. I don't know which, but I feel like that is a very possible thing. I'm very curious what you think if you're watching. Matt McDonald, they will have an upgrade pack options for Switch 2 edition game for those who already own them. $10 upgrade plus $20 DLC. So, because I bring up the Switch 2 editions because Kirby, the Forgotten Lands has straight up content that's locked behind the Switch 2 edition. That's not DLC. Like that's part of the game. If you get the Switch 2 version, that introduces like this whole concept. I could have swore there was something else too. That's like, Super Mario Party Jamboree. Super Mario Party Jamboree has some new modes that like you could only play in the Switch 2 edition. It's not DLC, it's just the Switch 2 version. So I'm like, is that something that we should kind of expect now? I'm really curious about that. I'm very curious if we get... This is going to be that Nintendo Direct that we really get the feel of that. Like, is that going to be a thing or not? This is going to be the Nintendo Direct. We get that. So... Silver, I think as Switch 2 Edition, we have more frames, but I don't think they're going to DLC for Pikmin 4. And Hannah, honestly, I'm not sure if there's anything that will come out that will make me buy Switch 2. Well, damn. Here's the thing. If you own a Switch 1, you can get a Switch 2. And I'm not trying to convince you. I'm saying it's like something convinced you to get a Switch 1. So something can convince you to get a Switch 2. Something convinced you to get a Switch 1. So something will probably convince you to get a Switch 2. We'll see. And that's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying earlier I did my whole like reasons that this could be a huge thing. And reason number 3 was the holidays. And they want people to get this thing over the holidays, either at the top of their Christmas wish list or to get it for their kids or their family. Like, they want that to be a massive part of the holiday season. So, if they convince you to get a Switch 1, I'm just saying. C2, sure, it being $150 couldn't convince me. Cool. Matt McDonald, no, KBG, if you own Kirby Forgotten Lands on Switch 1, you can buy the Star-Crossed World upgrade without buying the full Switch 2 edition. Same with Mario Party. You can buy the Star-Crossed World. Matt, you and I are saying the same thing in different ways. So you are correct. You could buy, if you own the Switch 1 edition, you could essentially purchase the Switch 2 upgrade for $10 or whatever it is. However, you do have to upgrade it to the Switch 2 edition. I'm not saying that people have to rebuy the whole game. I'm saying that they have to upgrade it to the Switch 2 version to get that new content. Are we on the same page with that? I feel like we're saying the same thing, but we're saying it in different ways. Because, yeah, I'm not saying they have to rebuy the game. I'm saying that they have to upgrade. They have to upgrade it to this version of the game that has extra content. So that's why I'm saying it's just like, I wonder if DLC is still going to be a thing, or if they're going to like really lean into these Switch 2 versions. C2, I'm with Hannah at these prices. They aren't going to convince me. Yeah. Matt McDonald. Oh, I got you now. Yeah, okay. Where is the thing? But I will say something else I just thought of. Let me know what you think of this. I think this is pretty... I'm going to put this in the orange area because... Yeah. Mario Kart World DLC. Mario Kart World has kind of fallen down, and I think by down I mean like just it was pretty quick. I feel like the hype surrounding it was kind of went out pretty fast. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some Mario Kart World DLC. I don't think it's like a safe bet though, but I think that's another like I wouldn't be surprised situation. Silver, can I name another game without a date on the list? Yeah. Name whatever you want. C2, the Nintendo patent thing. I heard about it this morning, and it's crazy. I have no comment. Hades 2. Okay, more in the third-party stuff. We're bringing up a lot of third-party stuff, which makes sense, you know? Like, something's got to replace Silk Song. But yeah, I fully believe, I think this is the spot that we get a Hades 2 1.0 release date, because I think they did say the next major update they give to Hades is going to take it to like it being a full release. Yeah, I think Final Fantasy VII Remake, I think something Capcom. I wouldn't be surprised if we would see Monster Hunter Wilds for sure. Like become a Switch 2 thing. Capcom will definitely have presence at the show. Square Enix will definitely have presence at the show. Bandai Namco will definitely have presence in the show. Those Japanese publishers are going to have presence here for sure. Great poll. Silver Hades 2 is a Switch launch exclusive. Is that true? That's insane. That's wild if that's true. That's crazy. Holy crap. Mega Man is in the Star Fox bucket. Dude, Mega Man would be sick. Ow, Mega Man would be sick. Mega Man would be sick. I'm just noting some things, third-party wise. Because, yeah, I do want to see third parties there, but listen. Listen. Listen, gang. Listen. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out, okay? Especially if Addie's still here. Hear me out. Kingdom Hearts 4. Listen. I'm just okay. I'm not actually serious. Nah. The Silver goes, nah. Yeah, right. Okay, listen. I'm not like you're making me a real clown now. Like. I'm not like 100% serious, but I will say regarding Dragon Quest 12 and Kingdom Hearts 4, they gotta bring them up at some point. I did a whole video about it. Like, if you haven't watched it, please watch it. It's my most recent Kingdom Hearts 4 video where I'm predicting the release date. And the next game, in terms of like Square Enix's big, like for Nintendo for a time, it was Tears of the Kingdom, Bayonetta 3, and Metroid Prime 4. That was their holy trinity, right? Of like games that are forever gonna be a thing and whatever. For Square Enix right now, that's Kingdom Hearts 4, Dragon Quest 12, and Part 3 of the Final Fantasy 7 remakes, okay? I did a whole video about this, so watch the video for context, but basically, I'll spoil that Kingdom Hearts 4 is probably going to come out in 2027. The finale to the Final Fantasy VII remake is also probably going to come out in 2027, if not 2028. Dragon Quest 12 is most likely to be released in 2026. So, that's a spoiler to my video. Now, we got to see Dragon Quest 12 at some point. So, and to hell, like, I'll freaking note it, you know. Quest 12, which, if I recall, they had a really good relationship with Switch 1, with Dragon Quest 11. But I'm just saying, like, it would be such a huge thing to see Disney show up in this and go, hey, remember me? And just give a little, like, just a little nugget of just like an announcement, you know, like just rerun the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer really fast, you know, like in a sizzle reel, and then just like let people know, like, hey, Kingdom Hearts 4 is gonna be on Steam, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and Switch 2. Like, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying we're gonna get like a full-blown trailer, but I'm just saying it's possible to like just name drop. The chat moved so fast when I said that. But yeah, I think Dragon Quest 12 is... I think that's actually plausible. I think that's like a... Because again, I think this Nintendo Direct, it has 3 reasons that it could be huge. It's the longest one it's ever been. It's a follow-up to the Switch 2 launching. And the holidays are coming up. And we had the best Nintendo Direct, in my opinion, ever, when the Switch 1 came out and they had their June E3 presentation, 2017. That was a 25-minute show. And there was like 7 or 8 something first-party Nintendo things. And I feel like this Nintendo Direct, they could do that same thing and then third parties as well. Like, I'm just saying, I could be setting myself up for disappointment. And if that's the case, fine. Like, it's just, you know, don't take it too seriously. But I just feel like there's such strong potential with this one, man. Addy, they have been slightly hinting at progress lately. Yeah. The breadcrumbs. The breadcrumbs. Silver, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth for Switch 2 is in the tunnel. Yeah, I think that's like a late next year, early following year announcement. At least for Switch 2. All we need is a non-cloud collection for Kingdom Hearts games for Switch 2. I mean, let's go. We do need that. But I will say the people that bought it for Switch 1 and it's on the cloud, they're going to be like, fuck! Gonna get the entire Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy before Kingdom Hearts comes out, which is crazy, C2. It's so crazy that you could be right. Okay. There's something that I'm like, there's something major that I'm not thinking of that I feel like we're for sure gonna get these top 2. I think it's very likely we'll get these 3 and 4. I think it's gosh darn strong possibility for Fire Emblem and Splatoon Raiders. Everything in this orange area, I'm like 50-50 about. It's like, what a hype moment. But I don't, like, I'm not in firm belief. And then Star Fox or Earthbound Living, I would be shocked by. Same goes for F-Zero. F-Zero, like, I don't think... It's just not the time for F-Zero. It's just not the time. They have 2 racers already happening. Helldivers 2 for Switch 2. Oh! Astrobot. Hell no. Astrobot would never. Assassin's Creed Shadows could be announced. I think that's a really solid third-party mention, Matt McDonald. But C2 has a point that it's me, so I'll bring it up. I haven't really talked about it, but C2 brings up Xbox games. We have a lot of those on PlayStation now, and I think this is the show that you make presence on Switch 2 known. I think the first show, it was just like, it just wasn't the time. They wanted to focus on their own kind of like summer and whatnot. I'll tell you what, though. If Xbox was here, I feel like this show, I feel like they do a big, like, I don't want to say it, but I know exactly what they would do. I really feel like I know exactly what they'd do. No, not Conker's Bad Fur Day. New Tales game. New Tales game, I think it's very, yeah. Capone was here, he'd be able to answer that. No. I think this is one of those things that Xbox just shows up in a big way because a certain game franchise has been having some momentum lately. And I have a feeling this is all part of their plan, man. I already gave the name. No, you said Helldivers. No. A few weeks back or a couple weeks back, I can't remember when it was, we saw them enter Fortnite. We saw it enter Fortnite. Then also a couple weeks back, we saw them enter Helldivers 2. And in October, there's going to be a major announcement at the championships. I feel like the sandwich in between, it's Halo. I feel like in this presentation, they drop the Master Chief Collection for Switch 2. And that's going to be a moment, man. That's going to be really... That's going to be so weird to see. That's going to be so weird. It's like seeing God of War in an Xbox showcase, you know? Like, that's... And yeah, Silver, it has been long rumored for a long time. I just feel like they have a plan. They've been having this momentum where, oh, hey, let's have the female Spartans in Fortnite in August. At the start of August. Oh, at the end of August, let's have ODST and Helldivers 2. Oh, and then in September, let's drop the Master Chief Collection on Switch 2. And then in October, the World Championships are happening. Let's have our next major game announcement of sorts. And I just feel like this is all their plan. Like, they're trying to build up, like, the Halo franchise relevance again, because it's been so dormant. And I just feel like that if Xbox shows up here, if I see like somebody like Matt Booty or something like that, I just feel like that's. But I hope it's a moment, you know. Like I feel like that's something that I don't want it to be in a sizzle reel. I don't want it to be like a quick trailer, like 20 seconds. I want that to be like a minute of a moment, you know. Like fans will be mad about wasting time on it, but I feel like you got to give that at least a minute. Because that's significant, dude. That's crazy. Bro, if we see the CEO of PS Studios there, I'm going to jump. What's his name? Yeah, no, not yet. Well, I mean, PlayStation's already been experimenting with it with the Horizon series with the Lego thing. And something else I thought too, but anyway. So yeah, if Xbox shows up, I think that's a pretty plausible possibility. The Master Chief Collection dropping on Switch 2, and probably making the release date November to like surround Xbox anniversary and like holidays and such. Opportunity to kind of promote the value of Game Pass too. Otherwise, Hi-Fi Rush, I think that's a very like Switch 2 ass game for sure. Age of Empires could be cool to like highlight the mouse capability, but we'll see. New Banjo. I definitely think I have this whole theory, ZoneX, that a new Banjo game would show up in a Nintendo Direct more than a Xbox showcase. I firmly believe that. I think a new Banjo game is one that they do not make exclusive. They make it multi-plat, and they sell it on Nintendo because they know they'll sell the most copies there. So I don't think it's time, but if it happens, that's kind of like Star Fox, where I'll need a pillow or something, toned down with a Bloodborne copia. A Bloodborne cope. Why would there be a Bloodborne port when they're making basically a new Bloodborne? Anyway. But yeah, I feel like, I mean, I'll put it, Halo MCC. Yeah, I feel like there's something, a Sea of Thieves season trailer, like at the Xbox shows. Sea of Thieves, that's not a bad shout, but I for some reason can't picture it. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw it, but I just feel like Sea of Thieves, it's a little bit weird to me. But anyway. I do feel like there's something obvious, though. Luigi's Mansion 4. Over or under, what do you think of Luigi's Mansion 4? Very curious. What do you think of Luigi's Mansion 4? Over or under? And also, out of 15 votes, 67% said no to having a Switch 2. I believe that. Nah, not happening. Under, Silver says. Anybody else? Luigi's Mansion 4? Over or under? I feel like it's been enough time. Like, either that or like, I don't know. Supertone says under. Luigi's Mansion and Pikmin 5 are more likely than Star Fox. Luigi's Mansion and Pikmin 5 are more likely than Star Fox. C2? I really hope you eat your words. I really hope you eat your words. I'm not downplaying it. I'm just hoping you're so wrong. I hope so badly. But I understand. Yeah, I don't feel like Luigi's Mansion 4 either. I feel like that's like a February direct thing. I don't feel like that's a end of the year one. We need a new Mario sports game for... Oh, Silver? Silver, you earned yourself a freaking... I'm going to say it. It's in this tier. Mario sports game. I put it in here. I put that as a very likely thing. I could totally picture that. Some kind of Mario sports game. For sure. And then after that, they tease at Super Mario Maker. And then maybe give a little, like, quick glimpse of some kind. Just a small tease of the Mario movie sequel, which I think we're getting next year. And maybe that's your 3 Mario things. And just promoting, like, oh, at our amusement park. Ah. I'm putting that in the pretty likely tier. I could picture that hardcore something to just have the Mario name during the holidays. I could see that. I'm going to put something down here. Smash Ultimate Switch 2 Edition. Not going to happen, but I can still hope. I can still hope. All right. I don't know. I kind of want to, like... I think I've... Okay, lightning round. I think I've said my pieces. I've said my piece. My main piece I wanted to say was like in the first 10 minutes of the stream, but now I've just been having fun speculating with you guys. So yeah, let's wrap this up and lightning round. What else do we got? Whether it's just hopes or if you want to ask if I find it realistic or not. So we need a new Mario sports game for Switch 2. Oh yeah, Wii Sports. Oh, there could be like a Switch 2 sports. There was a Switch sports game. Bro, it's been a while since Mario Tennis Ace. Mario Tennis Ace. Mario Hockey? Matt, I love that idea. Mario Hockey? Oh, dude. That's a good one. Oh, I love the idea of Mario Hockey. Do it. Do it, you cowards. Silver. Mario Odyssey 2 or nah, Keebs? Not unless the Odyssey team was cool letting another team work on it. Because the Odyssey team was busy with Donkey Kong. Now, the Odyssey team, again, if that Fire Emblem rumor was true, they could have been sitting on Donkey Kong for a while. And probably have already started progress on Mario Odyssey 2. But I don't, like, if a Mario Odyssey 2 exists, or even a 3D Mario for that matter, I don't think we'll see it for a while, personally. C2, I do think 3D Mario is more likely than Mario Maker. Wow, interesting. I mean, it's possible, but it just would have to be something toned down in scale and, like, that was handed to a different team. Because the Mario Odyssey team was working on Donkey Kong Bonanza. Ninja, man, bring back Mario Basketball. Basketball. See, I'm not saying I'm going to buy these, but I'm just down to see it. You know, I'm just down to see it. Silver, if we get Mario Maker 3... then we need actual 3D Mario. See, but that's cool. Silver, oh my God. Silver, this is a great idea. Ready? This is such a great idea. Type if you're ready in the chat. Okay, sorry. This is like my Kingdom Hearts 4 bit. Like, you have Super Mario Maker. You have Super Mario Maker 2. You have Super Mario Maker 3. D. They literally name it. Instead of Super Mario Maker 3, it's Super Mario Maker 3D. Like, they have a play off the words. So they actually, like, it's a Super Mario Maker game, but it's focused on designing levels like freaking Fall Guys and Little Big Planet of Dreams and such. It's like, oh, we don't have a 3D Mario for you. I'm getting a boner thinking about this. Like, this is actually crazy. Oh, we were working on Donkey Kong Bonanza for the past few years. But here's a new Super Mario Maker game, but you can design 3D levels with it. Just go nuts. Make your own 3D Mario game. Like, nipple, what? No, if that happens, I demand a check. I demand cut the check. Oh my God, that would be so crazy. And it's such a perfect idea because it's like the name. It's a Super Mario Maker 3. So for 3, make it a 3D. Like, oh my God. What is that meme? Oh my God. Wow. Wow. Okay. That's what was missing. I was like, we're missing some really cool idea that we haven't thought of yet. And that was it. That was the idea. I appreciate it. The voice again. Wow. Oh my God. Wow. Mario and Sonic at the Olympics. It's been a hot minute. That could be a strong possibility. But yeah. And C2 with more crushing dreams. Star Fox might be more likely than Kingdom Hearts 4. Like, okay, you want me to tell you what's more likely? like what Star Fox is more likely than? Anyway, but yeah, so I will react to this. I'll do my best to get to bed early Thursday night, even though I was hoping to have time to Twitch stream tomorrow if possible. And yeah, I will react to it live, and I hope to see you there. If not, hang out afterwards and so on. And yeah, because I firmly believe that this, I don't want to say could be the best Nintendo Direct ever. I don't want to like set the bar that high, but I'm just saying longest one there's ever been, which I want to say, even though that's factually correct, that could also be to its detriment. That could really be true. That could be to its detriment. Maybe they have so much fluff in it, or maybe they devote so much time, like they pull a PlayStation Concord situation where they devote like 10 minutes to one game or something. That could very well be possible. But what would be really cool is if... So, sorry, I'm just kind of going nuts here. In this E3 2017 presentation, if I could switch to it, damn it. There we go. In this E3 2017 presentation, they come on. Well, whatever, I can't get that. Towards the end, I think right here, yeah. Towards the end, they went to town on Super Mario Odyssey. And then I also think of like E3 2018 or 19? 18, yeah. Where they like spent half of the direct talking about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now, that could be very possible in the show. Where it's like, hey... And I hope it's a surprise. I hope whatever it is, it's a surprise. It's not let's dive into Metroid Prime 4 for 10 minutes. It's not let's dive into Pokemon Legends for 10 minutes. Like, I hope it's something like we've never heard of. That it's just like, boom. And then we get to dive into it for like 5 minutes or so. And it's just like, I can't believe this is real. But again, like, unless that happens, or maybe if that does happen and people doesn't like the game, that could, like, the 60 minutes could be to its detriment. But if there's not a lot of fluff, then this, I won't say it, but you know what I want to say. And I said this earlier, Silver, I don't have any predictions about NSO. I don't know that service too well. I know like what it is and what it does, but like, I don't know. That I would just kind of like make a surprise and then delete Smash Ultimate Switch 2 edition and put Smash Switch 2 exclusive game like a new. I think that's like, you know what I'll do for you? You know what I'll do for you, Silver? This is, oh wait, wrong one. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put new Smash game. And I'm making it, it just, it's just maybe a slight bit darker. It's just the ghost. It's just the ghost of a chance. Like, I just, no. I find that, no. that's the impossible. But anyway, those are my thoughts on the Switch 2 Direct, or not. It's not even Switch 2. It's just a general Nintendo Direct, our first one since the Switch 2 came out. Not the partner showcase, not Indie World, not an individual game. It is like a full-blown Nintendo Direct. I am very curious about it. I'll be watching it live Friday morning. Probably going to be a little bit groggy because I'm going to have to be awake at like 5:30, maybe 5 in the morning. But I will hopefully see you there afterwards to talk about it. And I would love to keep tweeting at me what you think. If you would like to play something with me, whether it's Rematch, Helldivers, or Halo, hit me up. I would love to do that with you. Don't forget to be Geek Proud Awesome. And I really hope I get to talk with you soon. It's been great talking with you guys. And I really appreciate it, man, because that's what makes everything I do so great. So appreciate you. And if you feel like supporting, head over to Patreon. But otherwise, just keep hanging out. Leave a like. Bye.